Bills, and I'm unbiased. You know the difference between the Bills and the Dolphins, Josh Allen and Tua, is the fact that we know Josh Allen can excel the offense past its limitations, at least to a degree. We know that. We know that Tua has not been able to excel an offense past its limitations. If you give Josh Allen, Waddle, Tyreek Hill, who, like you mentioned, TD, your words, not mine, he's not just the best wide receiver in the league, but he is the best player, apparently, in all of the NFL. So give that to Josh Allen. How much better would Josh Allen look?
But Kobe, here's what you got to realize. He wipes all that out by hurting his team with his turnovers.
Dude,
Tua don't turn the ball over nearly as much as Josh Allen.
Talk to me.
Here you go with your little turnovers. Come on, Dan.
How do turnovers hurt the team when he regularly leads the team to double-digit seasons, wins the AFC East? Listen,
your defense has led the way the last 3 years.
You are fixated on Josh Allen's turnovers. They're meaningless. If you were to literally attach any faults to any of our absolute heartbreaking playoff losses, in which where Josh Allen has one of the lowest interception rates of all active quarterbacks in the playoffs right now, by the way. He saves all of his interceptions for the regular season where it doesn't count. So we dominate that. If you were to attach the 13-second game, if you were to attach the Cincinnati Bengals loss a couple of years ago, if you were to attach, once again, the Chiefs loss, all three of the Chiefs losses, I'm putting each and every single one of those on incompetent defensive coordinator game plan. That's all I'm putting it on. You cannot put it in. You can't pretend like it's not the case. It is right in front of you. It is objective. It is objective data. Suck it in.
Can I ask you a question?
It's real.
Can I ask you a question, Dan? And why don't Bills fans in the chat be honest about this? Be honest about this. Like literally, let's take all fandom aside and be honest for once. Can y'all please tell me why Josh Allen has not been the best player in the NFL? What's the one thing that's held him back from being the league MVP? It's his turnovers.
No, it is not. No, it is not. No, it is not. Stop pretending. Stop pretending like the MVP is truly the most valuable player in the league. The MVP is the most valuable player on one of the best teams.
If he carries the team the way he does, why they ain't giving it to him?
Well, listen, you know what? He had over like 2,000 more passing yards than Lamar Jackson.
And double the picks.
2,000 more passing yards than Lamar Jackson. Yeah, he had like 100+ different overall pass attempts. It's probability. Of course he's not going to. When Lamar Jackson is literally slicing in half the amount of pass attempts, and then he's throwing all of those nice little small little slant passes, and he actually has wide receivers that catch the ball and have yards out to the catch. Josh Allen has never had a run game, first off, his entire career. In his entire career, he has never had a running back help. He has never had running back help. He has never had running back help all the way up until last year, and that is even debatable. He has had a carousel of offensive line. He has had the worst offensive line in the league. He has had one of the best.
Y'all gonna down on that Josh Allen hill.
Josh Allen has all of these interceptions, TD.
Y'all gonna down on that Josh Allen hill.
He is the only way that this Buffalo Bills offense can operate.
You know what, too? You know what, too, Dan? What I'll tell you is you got some homework to do. You got some homework to do because, yes, he throws a lot of interceptions. We know he's very interception prone. I mean, he constantly leads the league in interceptions. We know that. But at the end of the day, if he can lead his team to wins and drive down the field to win games when he needs, that's what's most important. So, yeah, he throws a lot of interceptions, but look at where he ranks. I think that's what you need to see. Where does he rank in terms of game-winning drives? Because that's what's most important, his clutch factor, not how much interceptions he throws.
And so,
first of all, he wouldn't need to be clutch if he stopped turning the ball over. He wouldn't need to be clutch.
Hey, guess who regularly leads the league in the NBA in turnovers? Who was the lead turnover king in the NBA last year in 2024? LeBron James had the most turnovers in the NBA last year.
But do you also know why Josh Allen?
What's your point?
So, listen, this is how it works out, right? I don't care about Josh Allen's interceptions because the only way that he turns those down is that he changes the way that he plays the game. He takes risks. That's why we get to see all of these amazing plays. That's why we get to see some of these come from behind victories. That's why we get to see him in that 2-minute offense. If you were to tell Josh Allen to go back and be like a Baker Mayfield or a Tyrod Taylor or a Derek Carr, be safe with the football, buddy. That's great. We would get washed. This team would be 6, 7 win sort of team. So when I hear most valuable player, I like to look at an organization and I say, what would that team's record be if the quarterback or if that player that won the MVP was not on the team? And I don't think any of you could say that the Buffalo Bills would have won more than 6 games for the past 4 years per season without Josh Allen out on that field. You guys know what I know over the turnover thing, but listen, at the end of the day, it's all about what the box score says at the end of the game. And Josh Allen regularly leads his team to the top of the AFC East. And he only gets let down by his defense and a defensive-minded head coach. If Josh Allen, for the love of God, were to have an Andy Reid, or if he were to have an offensive-minded head coach, what Josh has been able to do developing under a defensive-minded head coach is impressive. It is impressive. I would love to figure out where Josh Allen would be if he had an offensive-minded head coach.